Hey guys, I'm back, and just wanted to do another one of these video discussions and talk about Storm connections again. I recently shared this link on my community tab, and I've just been thinking a lot more about it. And this guy really articulates very well my thoughts on the Storm Connections fiasco. Again, it's not, this is, and one thing I like, it's not just a Storm Connection sucks, I hate life situation. He's explaining the root problem and the root sentiments on why we have negative emotions towards the Storm franchise, particularly connections in this particular video. And I just wanted to watch it again with you guys. I've only seen it once, so I have seen it, but I want to watch it again and just kind of expound further. So let's jump in. All right, different screen.
You know, Naruto Storm Connections could have been a great game. I was full of hype when I played it at Gamescom last year. The people I met there were amazing, I even got recognized somehow. But now that the game has almost been out for a year, I think it's time to talk about why nobody is excited about Naruto Storm Connections. And when I say nobody, I mean the casual players. Ever since Storm Connections came out, we've received a couple of DLCs, balance patches, overall improvements to the game.
Good night.
Everyone, including myself, pretty much agreed that this is the right direction for the future of the game. But what if that direction is outside of the bottomless pit that was created by the failures of CC2 and Bandai Namco? Yeah.
Okay, pausing really quickly. That was a mouthful. The direction is out of the bottomless pit created by the developers at Bandai Namco. That is a sentiment that I do understand, because one of the problems with Storm is it's the foundation. They dug a hole so deep that you can't get out of it. At this point, I would say make a new game, like a new franchise, or give the license up to someone else and let someone else give their take. Let's see Ubisoft make another Naruto game. This is why it's important to have competitors, because competition keeps you from doing this. It keeps you from going deeper into bad holes, because those holes get exposed by other game developers. When you see what they're doing and what they're doing is not what you're doing, it's like, oh wait, hold on, am I doing this the right way? Clash of Ninja and Ultimate Ninja always had each other to check each other out. The reason why Ultimate Ninja Storm even exists, I would like to argue, is because Clash of Ninja. Clash of Ninja was still competing very hot despite Ultimate Ninja on the PlayStation having great sales. People were still flocking every time a new Clash of Ninja game came out. So they were like, we need to take this to the next level. And their next level was Storm. Unfortunately, Clash of Ninja never got their next level because obviously they lost the rights. But anyway, the point is, competition is healthy. It causes games to evolve, and Storm lost competition, and it's just kind of gone the same direction for what, 7 games now? And it's like, okay, come on. Anyway, let's continue.
Yes, this is a Naruto game. If you wanna be perfectly honest, Storm Connections probably not gonna die completely on console, but after the recent news that CC2 is looking for more feedback to improve the game, I don't know. I don't feel like doing your job.
Pausing again. Woo! That right there. Bandai is, CC2 is looking for feedback. I don't know. I don't feel like doing your job. Hold on, let's hear him say it again.
Is looking for more feedback to improve the game. I don't know. I don't feel like doing your job.
Ah! Like, there's nothing wrong with asking for feedback. There's nothing wrong with saying, "Hey guys, we're wanting to improve our product. Like, what do you guys want to see?" Like, it's like this, like a dream come true. Like, oh, they're asking to hear us. They're like listening, but let's play devil's advocate for a second. They are charging full price for this game. This is a full console game that they are selling on shelves with paid DLC that they are charging you again for on top of the base game. Why are you asking us how to make your product good? You guys are making bank. You guys can hire, you guys hire some of the best developers out there. You guys know what you're doing. You're clearly qualified. You've made 7 of these games. You know how to make a good game. Why are you, I don't feel like doing your job. Mwah! 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 That is your job. It is CC2's job to make a good Naruto game, not the fan base. Anyway, let's continue. I'm getting excited.
Who is looking for more feedback to improve the game? I don't know. I don't feel like doing your job. I don't feel like fixing a game that only visual looks good.
Another point, sorry. These were the two biggest points that I took away that just made me like melt. So obviously we discussed I don't feel like doing your job, and now I don't feel like fixing a game that only visually looks great. What he's saying is the hole is already dug. The game is already, like, we already know the problems. I'm not going to talk about storm connections. I already made a video on storm connections. Link is in the description if you want to see that. That's a separate video. I may put a card up now to show you. If you want to see my thoughts on storm connections and the problems with it, click on that video. But what he's saying is we already know the problems of this game, and they're asking, oh, what are some things you want in it? I don't think I want to improve a game that's already failed. It's already not met the expectations. What they're asking for feedback on isn't going to make Storm Connections a good game because its existence of how they did the story mode or lack thereof, how they completely just lied and said, we're giving you the history, all the stories in one. And then they're like, no, what we meant was certain battles from the stories. All of that, like, it can't be rectified at this point. I don't know if I feel like fixing a game that only visually looks good, because the game as its essence, it's just Storm 4 with tweaked gameplay and a few new characters. And just the online's a shit show. Anyway, let's continue.
I don't feel like doing your job. I don't feel like fixing a game that only visual looks good. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not sure how to even script this video. Anytime I get reminded of the Storm series, I'm either nostalgic of the good old days when I was having fun, when the game was actually good, or I'm just talking shit about the game non-stop.
Pause really quickly. I liked Storm 2. I loved Storm 2. I have Storm 2 videos on my channel. I skipped Storm 1, but I jumped Storm 2 so it caught my eye. I saw Storm 2's demo at an E3 and I was like, holy shit, that looks fantastic. I bought Storm 2 and I played it. I don't even remember if I beat the campaign. I got bored. I got sick and tired of the fetch quests. I'm just trying to progress the story and they're like, run slowly across the entire village multiple times on these sides. I got bored of that. I think I stopped somewhere, but I played most of it, of the campaign. I definitely covered the Kazakage arc. I think I went up through Hidani Kazakage. I don't remember how far I got. But anyway, I owned and played Storm 2. Even uploaded footage on it. I also bought Storm Generations. And that's when I started to get out of the series because they start doing that cheap shit with the supports only. Anyway, point is, I played Storm. I used to like Storm. And then they kept doing that same bad behavior, the same hole that I keep saying they kept digging deeper, and now they can't get out of it. That's what they kept doing, and that's why I quit the series. So Storm used to be peak. Storm 2 is the best Storm game in my humble opinion. The campaign is unparalleled to any anime game in the history of time. Storm 2 is it. Even over Storm 3, we're not going to talk about Storm 4 introducing slideshows, and definitely not connections. Garbage. Anyway, I definitely didn't used to like Storm just like this guy.
Because it just doesn't deserve better. Hiroshi Matsuyama, the CEO of CyberConnect 2, a few weeks ago posted out that they are open to feedback regarding Naruto Storm connections in any language, be that story mode changes, balance changes, basically anything that we want to get added into the game. Now, I'm not gonna start pointing at who is actually at fault. Nobody actually knows whose decisions got the game to where it is today, but it seems like they've dropped their pride and actually started asking for feedback from the community. They are actually trying to learn from their mistake, which, if I'm being honest, as cool as it sounds, what about actually playing your game? But really, play your own game for more than a week. Actually start to learn how it works. Only to casual level, and you will see every major problem that the game has. Like, am I a wizard for thinking that you don't need the combined feedback of the entire Storm community to add the button to leave out of lobbies? We know you're not gonna improve the netcode.
I'm just gonna pause really quickly. Okay. That was beautifully said. Beautifully said. Like, you do not need the feedback of the fan base in every language to figure out what is wrong with Storm connections. Mwah! Mwah, 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 mwah. He's calling them out for their plain as day, blatant, just cheap ass cash grab. You don't need feedback from fans to figure out how to improve this game. Like, and the best call up was, have you played the game? Let's talk about an example of the AI voices. Remember the whole AI voice scandal, and Banda had to make a statement, hey, the voices weren't AI, it's basically just bad production. Okay, if they acknowledge that it's bad and that it wasn't AI, that means, in a normal world, someone should have played this game and said, what's wrong with the voices? But that's just it. Like, you don't need the players, the feedback of the fan base to understand the problem with the voices. So he's calling out, did you even play your own game? Did you even play it? You don't need the fan base to tell you to give a button to leave a lobby. It's plain as day, the problems with this game. Why are you asking fans for feedback? You know what needs to be done, but you don't want to do what needs to be done. And that's the problem with Storm. I'm getting so excited. He's like articulating it so beautifully. Let's rewind because he says a few things. All right.
Am I a wizard for thinking that you don't need the combined feedback of the entire Storm community to add the button to leave out of lobbies? We know you're not gonna improve the netcode. We all know we are never gonna get back the old lobbies from Storm 4 where we could actually choose who we wanna play with. But really, almost a year has gone by and we still cannot decline ranked games. I'm sorry guys, but as long as such easy and obvious things are not getting changed, I'm not willing to tell CC2 what I want from the game.
Why are you asking us what we want when basic things aren't there? Why are you asking the fan base, what characters do you want? Bitch, forget about the characters for a second and fix your game. Love this guy, love him. He's roasting them, but it's constructive. He's not just saying this is a bad game, screw you. He's like, guys, do you hear yourselves? Have you played your own game? Why are you asking the fan base these silly questions about what we want in the game? Play your own game. Love him. Let's keep going.
Also, am I the only one that feels like we didn't get anything meaningful for the third DLC? Kurenai is one of those characters that's been requested ever since Storm 1, and yeah, sure, we finally got her, but can you honestly say that Kurenai was a better choice than, I don't know, Borushiki, Kawashiki?
She should have been base game.
Anyone from Boruto that's actually cool? And the same
Shingi
got added back, which is cool and all, I can appreciate returning events, but this is the same DLC that we played a few months ago. This is the second DLC. There's literally no hype around the third DLC. I'm gonna piss off the entire Storm community and compare Naruto Storm Connections to Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash. That game gave me a great idea to what should have been the roadmap for Storm Connections. JJK just released the Hidden Inventory DLC where they have added a younger version of Gojo and Geto and even added Toji with a shitty story mode that's on the same level as the history mode of Storm Connections. But get this, they have also added 2 free characters, Mai and Momo, who nobody cares about, but still, we got something new! And a huge balance patch as well. And they even teased the next DLC, the Shibuya Incident arc. And even on top of that, they have revealed that another 3 free characters coming soon. Why the fuck did they...
Okay, just really quickly, just to summarize, what he's basically saying is, it's not just like, they added characters and he was like, we don't care about these characters at all, but it gave them something relevant to basically what the game is covering. 2 free characters, hey, here's something cool, new and unique. Kurenai isn't like this new character, like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so excited to see Kurenai playable in the game. Kurenai is one of those characters where it's like, I don't understand how we got this many Storm games and she's not in. Kurenai is a character introduced in Naruto in Season 2 of the original anime. We are now finished the 3rd anime and getting ready to start the 4th anime with 2 Blue Vortex, and Kurenai doesn't even exist in the last 2 animes, and yet in the 3rd and 4th animes, and she's what we're getting as DLC. It's not like that we don't want to see her playable, but what he's saying is you're talking about paying for DLC, and we're paying for a character from Season 2 of the original anime in a game that covers through the 3rd anime. Like, where is Shinki? Where is any of the Boruto characters that's not Boruto, Kawaki, Sarada, Mitsuki, or Naruto and Sasuke clone? Like, or Otsutsuki. Or if we're going to Otsutsuki, Tonari. That's basically what he's saying. Like, something cool, something with hype. Let's continue.
Revealed that another 3 free character is coming soon. Why the fuck did we not get Kurenai as a free DLC next to someone meaningful?
Should've been free.
Think about this for a second. We got Hagoromo, Ishiki, and fucking Kurenai. Why? There are multiple half-done characters in the game files of Storm Connections. Adult Konohamaru, Inojin, Shikadai, the guy that Boruto cheated against in the Chunin exam.
Pick one.
All you had to do was to reveal the already data-mined DLC characters and give us free characters that nobody actually cares about. It's that simple. Most of us don't actually care about Konohamaru. Most of us don't actually care about Kurenai. Most of us don't actually care about Anko. But if we get them as free characters, it's cool. Let's go. I wanna play them.
That's it.
If they are standalone
That's
DLCs,
called effort.
You know what? I'm gonna skip this.
It's called care.
The release of Naruto Storm Connections was horrible. And this could have been the easiest choice to make. And you know what? Let's go a step further and add Nanashi and Merce too, since those are game original characters anyways. And the thing is, you can't even say that it's impossible to add new stuff into an arena fighter. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is literally adding a what if story mode where you can play an alternative version of what happened in the original story. Or just look at Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash. The game got a co-op survival mode where you have to fight overpowered CPU opponents. Like, I know Storm Connections is a 1v1 game, but I highly doubt you cannot make something similar. In fun game modes, nobody cares about balance. The story mode of Storm 3 and Storm Revolution literally had fights that weren't even 1v1.
Yeah.
Sasuke was destroying everyone at the 5K Summit, while Revolution had a big tournament where everyone was fighting to get as much point as possible. This is me thinking for 5 minutes of what to add to the game.
Not even 5 minutes!
Cannot be this blind. There's just no way nobody thought about any of what I just said. And you know what? If these game modes suck, who cares? We still got ranked and custom. You can just play the same game that you've released like 50 times. I don't know why these easy solutions seem to be out of reach when it comes to anime games. If these ideas aren't included in a game on release, then we'll never get actual change. The only thing we're gonna get is a bit of improvement to the base game, but sometimes even that doesn't happen.
Okay, we gotta stop. Woo! He called them out on this one. Even Storm 3 was the first Storm game, was the Storm game where I decided not to subscribe. And actually, no, I actually did get Storm. I got Full Burst. No, I did get it. I did get Full Burst, but I didn't get it for me. I bought it for my sister because she was always an Ultimate Ninja fan. But I got it with the intent to play it. I was like, okay, I haven't played it. I was like, oh yeah, this new Storm game's out. They even did a new DLC. Okay, fine, I'll finally get it with this new DLC with the Full Burst. And I was like, and I'll give it to my sister for Christmas, but I'll play it. Like, we'll all be together. And I did play it. So, just kidding. I did get Full Burst. But anyway, when I played that in Storm 3, that I did play that, where you could do Sasuke and do the I played all of that. I did the big fight with the 10 tails. I played as Kamabunta, jumping on little heads. Like, I played all of that, and I was like, oh, this is cool. They're really changing up Storm's gameplay. We're gonna get like a multiplayer, like they already added in Kumite with the multiple characters. Like, oh, this is cool. They're finally changing up the gameplay, and I genuinely thought they were heading that direction, giving something new to the Storm franchise. I had no idea it was going to be a one-off situation that they would throw away and then be like, what do you guys want to add to Storm Connections? Bitch! You don't... He was like, with not even 5 minutes of thinking, he was like, these are easy and obvious solutions on how to improve Storm. Even if the modes suck, you still have the versus mode to play, but this gives you something else to do. Guys, Storm Connections doesn't have any new modes. Not a single new mode. It actually has less modes than its predecessors. Less modes, less things to do. You literally can play battles. That's it. Play battles. The story mode doesn't even have proper free roam, even though they've had the maps in Storm 4. A Boruto Leaf Village map is in Storm 4, and it's already copy-pasted, and they couldn't even do that much. So that's what I mean. He was like, what, 5 minutes of thinking, he's already come up with easy solutions on how to improve Storm Connections, and they're talking about what feedback do you guys have for us? Guys, it's blatant. Bring this mode back. This mode's phenomenal. Like, getting to fight the gods at the Kage Summit was phenomenal immersion. A break from just standard fights and just give us some hack and slash action. Just destroy everything. The samurai never even landed a single attack on me. I just went and obliterated them, and it was fun. Like, do I want to do that for hours and hours and hours? No. But it was a nice pause from the game's main focus of like cutscenes and cinematic jutsu and the same combat system for the last like 7 games. Just be like, hey, let's just hack and slash for no reason whatsoever. And it fit the story mode. Like, even Storm Revolution having the tournament mode. I thought again, I was like, oh, so this is the evolution of this. So, and this was more hack and slash. And then Storm Revolution is bringing in this version of it where you can actually, instead of just hack and slashing generic, like Samurai and Zetsu, now you can actually have an open, like a 4-player royale, just like Clash Ninja. Oh, great. That's going to be a new staple. It's going to be a new mode. It's going to be a combat system. Or this is the minigame, and then we'll get a combat. I had no idea these were one-off modes. These are innovative. These are effort. They just need a little bit more time and attention. Why is Storm not doing this? It's blatant. All right, let's continue.
It's actually said that it takes content creators and die-hard fans to keep the game alive. And I'm not even talking about...
For real?
I rarely release Storm Connections content, and even when I do, I actively shit on the game. There's literally gonna be a local tournament hosted by Shonen Games and Playco in about a week or so. I don't know. I put the challenge link in the description if you're curious. I don't know where it's gonna be, the rules, etc. Just check it out. If you're in America, check it out and you can actually compete as well. Content creators like Poison Akami and Mystery are still pumping out quality Storm content, basically keeping the game alive. New creators such as Nechikage are also actively trying to entertain the casual audience, so if everyone is there for entertainment, then I might as well become the villain and just shit on the game in a constructive way. The reason why a lot of anime games fail is because Japanese players are too nice. They would rather not tell you what problems they have with the game they're playing. They will just play as long as they see the fun in the game and just silently drop it. So even though the way I talk about Naruto Storm Connections might be a bit disrespectful, I feel like we need these type of videos as well on YouTube.
It's not disrespectful.
The developers will know exactly
it's accountability.
What the problem is. Assuming they don't just blacklist me. I tend to go over the line sometimes, but this comes from my high school years when I was still a diehard Storm fan. Even if I said don't care about the game, I literally just released the Storm video. Do I really not care? So yeah.
So basically what he's saying is like, and I wholeheartedly agree, it's not that we just hate Storm, we hate CC2, that's like, this isn't a bashing video, he's not bashing the game, it's like, this game sucks, the end. He's calling them out and telling them, be accountable. He's saying, we are playing a game, the fans are the ones keeping the games alive. Don't like, even me, I'm talking about connections. I follow all the Storm releases, all of them. I engage with the community. It's, again, I'm not usually the nice one. I'm usually the voice saying, guys, why are you guys supporting this? But me saying don't support this is not like, oh, this game is sucked, let it die. It's, guys, make a good game. It's not hard. Incorporate these mechanics, or not mechanics, modes from the old games. Make a good Naruto game. You guys have the budget. Do it. Stop wasting money on anime cutscenes. Like, you guys are like, oh, the budget didn't allow, the budget didn't allow. You guys paid Studio Period for custom anime. Custom anime. You guys have the budget to make a good game. We already saw the anime. We got plenty of anime. We got plenty of filler. Naruto Shippuden is one of the most inflated animes of all time. We have plenty of anime to watch. Boruto is ongoing. Spend your budget on making a good game. Okay, I'm too excited. Let's keep going.
This is why nobody is excited about Naruto Storm Connections. The game had the potential to become the best anime game of all time, but it seems like we're gonna do another Shinobi Strikers, where the game will suck for about 5 years. It's gonna take that long to release the full version of Storm Connections. That's gonna be it for this rant, guys. I wanna know if you agree with me or not. Let me know down in the comments. Like the video if you've liked it, or downvote the shit out of it. Up to you. I hope you all gonna have a fantastic day. Stay safe. Until next time, boys.
All right, love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm not going to share anything more. Obviously, I ranted a lot in this video. I just want a good Naruto game. Obviously, you guys know I'm making Ultimate Clash Ninja. The goal is I'm doing what Storm's not. I'm trying to think carefully on how to make the game good. I've already added in multiple. I've added in all kinds of modes. I got more modes in my game. My half-done game has twice as many modes more than twice as many modes as Storm Connections, just to give you guys perspective. You've got the arcade. I won't count them individually, but you have arcade, which consists of 2 variants, score attack and time attack, and each of those has team variants where you can do 2-man squad or 3-man squad. So Lots of options for those modes. You've got survival mode, which is endless battles. You've got kumite, which is survival but in a royale setting. So it's one continuous battle fighting multiple hordes of enemies. And the number of enemies that you fight at a single time keep increasing each level. It gets up to 10 opponents at the same time. So 11 people on stage at the same time. It's an insane mode. Very different from just standard combat. I'm also working on Hurricane Clash mode, which is a 3D roaming. I'm working on... so there's Hurricane Clash mode Roam, and then which is 3D, and there's Hurricane Clash mode in Sprint, which is going to be a 2D side scroller, just like Ninja Council. My game's going to have plenty of modes, plus mini games, plus campaign, plus mission mode, which are going to be scenarios based off of the story mode's campaign. Basically, story mode's going to be a campaign, and then mission mode will be like a how to relive some of those moments, but as your favorite character. So anyway, that's examples of how I'm making my Naruto great because I care. And I'm doing this for free. Storm, you guys are paying CC2 to make this game. Come on, guys. You guys can do better than this. You guys want to know? You don't need the fan base to tell you what's wrong with Storm Connections. You don't need the fan base to tell you how to improve the game. Forget characters. Drop a new mode. Add in that, just copy and paste. Bring back the tournament mode from Storm Revolution. Bring back the hack and slash from Storm 3. Do it. Actually, I'll make a bet. If you guys do it, I'll buy the game. If you guys add a new mode, any new mode that's not a just battle for battle, I will buy the game. There. That's my plea. You guys have a great day.